going, people? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm in Haylen Island with Sarah, and I'm going to give slalom a little bit of a go for the first time. Actually, I've never tried it, so I'm pretty excited, I have to say.
Should be good fun.
Yeah.
We've got good conditions. It should be quite flat. It's almost sunny, and we've got some wind.
Yeah, it should be pretty exciting. You've been doing the slalom for a while. I mean, you've done a few PWA events, so yeah. I think I'm in pretty good hands.
We'll have some fun and let's see how it goes.
Yeah, and what have you got any tips for me on the first go?
Relax and have fun. Okay. It's a lot more fun than you think.
So just
embrace the speed.
Right.
And just enjoy it.
Yeah.
And don't drop the sail because it's really heavy. Stick them on 7.7?
Yeah, give it a go. I think, see how it goes. Really.
Sorry, Luke.
What's your biggest one?
I mean,
8.4. I'll rig 8.4 for me. You can go 7.7.
I reckon I'll be flying on 7.7. Yeah.
It looks like it's picked up again a bit, to be honest with you.
So hard,
so
isn't it?
it's going to be up and down. So I think go as big as
going
you can.
back out. It's going.
It's about to turn.
And then it'll go that way.
That way.
Then it'll head outwards.
So yeah, we want a bit more sail.
Yeah, exactly. The problem is going to be. I would hurry up and crack on if I was you. I think go as quick as you can. Get going.
Yeah.
This is the new boom for this year, is it?
Yeah, so it's the 190-250 Platinum.
Yeah.
It's got an oval back end, so it makes it much stronger.
Sick.
But then they've made it much narrower in the grip.
Yeah.
So it's got like a V-shaped grip, and then the front end is square. So it makes it really strong at the front, strong at the back, but nice and easy to hold.
Okay, so yeah, obviously for the wave sailing maybe not so much, but for slalom it's what you want, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little bit big for you guys, but for us, yeah, it's like it goes towards that kind of platinum skinny boom, like the Mega Slim one, but obviously for us we can't go that skinny, so yeah, it's our compromise. First time out the packet.
Cool.
Treating you to some new toys. Yeah, so I'm getting you set up with the adjustables.
Yeah, that's something I haven't really seen before as a wave sailor.
Yeah, so it lets you change your outhaul settings when you're on the water.
Yeah.
Because when you're going downwind, you obviously want to let a load of outhaul off, so you can go nice and fast downwind. Yeah. But then, when you've got to then get back up to the start, you just whack it all back on. Yeah, Nick uses it on his wave kit actually.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And it is like really nice to just be able to make small adjustments out on the water.
Okay.
Because what it looks like when it's rigged up and flat on the beach isn't what it looks like when it's fully powered up.
Yeah.
So it's nice to be able to kind of make little like tuning adjustments.
Is that mine?
So the Jag comes with a carbon fin.
Yeah.
It's like a carbon composite kind of fin from Choco. And actually it's like quite a nice fin. But yeah, these don't come with anything. But I'm using ʟɪᴇs, which is a UK company.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're nice.
All set?
All set. I've got my watch.
Okay.
That's the GPS.
What's your fastest speed then?
So here I did a 33 knot peak in an easterly at low tide, like there's a sandbar right down the bottom.
Yeah.
But I only got this in November. We haven't, like every time it's been windy since, I've gone wave sailing.
So what have I got to beat? 30?
Well, so on your setup, I did a 31 knot max.
Okay.
A couple of weeks ago off the front in the shop, so 30 knots would be nice.
We'll try. Yeah, pretty embarrassing. I was an absolute kook there at the start. Yeah, it was just such a shock from my wave kit to the slalom kit, and yeah, as you can see, I couldn't even get going, falling around like a wally, and yeah, but went back on the beach, got some tips from Sarah and Phil, and I went out again for take 2. Slalom is definitely a lot harder than it looks. It's just getting going, like in these light winds, like the pumping, the sail the strength that you need to pump that sail is crazy. Once I was on the on the plane, it was all right, but jeez, that's hard work, that is.
Wrapped around the tree of your life, armed with little perfect teeth, armed with long legs dancing, armed with the type of smile that will crack your pain. Oh, it's so ha ha, ha 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 ha. We're just animals in the jungle, Sherman. In the jungle, Sherman. Animals in the jungle, Sherman. In the jungle, Sherman. What is it on that branch, Sherman? On that branch, Sherman. Animals in the jungle, Sherman. It's animals in the jungle, Sherman. In the jungle, Sherman. Animals in the jungle, Sherman. In the jungle, Sherman. What is it on that branch, Sherman? On that branch, Sherman. Animals in the jungle, Sherman.
Well
What am I
done.
going to say? Thank you.
How was it?
a lot harder than I thought. I think I now have a lot more respect for you guys. I think for me at the start it was really hard because it wasn't quite enough wind to just hook in and go. So there's a real pumping technique to it, which I guess you're familiar with.
Yeah, and I wasn't quite aware of how different it is to like wave sailing pumping.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot more. It's like a lot more dynamic, I guess, than when you're like pumping on a wave sail.
Yeah. I mean, normally on the wave sail, I have the boom a lot lower, so I just hook in, and I can just do a little bit of that. It's normally windy enough.
How is it with your boom like up here?
Yeah, because I tried hooking in at the start. I was like, oh, I'll just do the same thing, and I was like, couldn't even reach it. So that was pretty hard. So I think like, yeah, if anyone wants to like give slalom a go, probably like you want a little bit of wind for it, don't you?
I think by the end, when we actually had a bit more breeze,
really
it was
easy.
then, yeah,
that was a lot easier.
But yeah, Hailing's not always the easiest place. Like if we go off the front, it's super choppy, and you get like rolling swell in a different direction to the chop, which makes it quite tricky. And then obviously like in the harbour, you've got the tide that was just flying out.
Yeah, there's a river.
Yeah. So there's like
moments.
Hailing's an awesome spot to sail, but there's also some really like tricky parts of it.
Yeah.
And I think part 2 we can go to Weymouth and go and like play on the easy spot.
That looks like the perfect spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that is one thing to be aware of. Like you need to have like the right gear. You probably want someone to be with you. Or,
yeah.
I mean, ideally, if probably normal people sort of free riding.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe you'd work yourself up to like a free race sort of kit to start with, would you? I
think for most people, like from the duotone range, you've got the S-Pace and the Jag from Fanatic, and they are more than like enough for what you want for just like blasting around. And yeah, like I found a lot of people have started using them locally, and they're just like, these are so much easier. Right. Yeah. And like there's so much technique to using the slalom kit. Like it's the top end kit for a reason. Yeah. That it's the actually Formula One of windsurfing. It's the Formula One, and actually if you just want to go out blasting around and having fun, like the S-Pace Jag combo is actually probably a little bit better. Okay. But if you want that max speed, like top end performance, then obviously you want warps and falcons and all the gear. I don't think I've got enough of it. No, don't. I think once I was on it and like going fast, it was sick. Yeah. Just trying to go as fast as you can. I think the only problem was I was going fast and I wanted to start jumping and stuff. I had to sort of rein it back in. Yeah. But no, good fun. Yeah, the tricky bit for me is just like, I mean, there is a lot of faffing, isn't there? There's like, it takes a bit more time rigging up, like you go walk to the beach, takes a bit more time, everything's a bit, obviously it's bigger, I have to sort of think about how to take my kit out of the water rather than just I think a lot of that was the tide as well, going like the opposite direction made it really, really hard. Yeah, jibing off the front at the sailing club is just so hard. Like in that little spot in there where it's like flooding out with the river, it's like wind against tide and the chop's just like so messy, and also you're going upwind, like the tide was pushing you back upwind, and you end up like coming back out where you started and you're like, what? So yeah, take you to some easy conditions, we go to Weymouth, have some fun. Cool. I think it would be nice maybe do a race at some point, maybe not a proper race, but I think that's the goal, to try and go in a race and actually finish the course. There you have it, that's my story of trying slalom for the first time a couple of weeks back with Sarah. I really enjoyed it, I hope you do too, and it was just super fun to try something completely different to what I normally do. And as we said, hopefully we can go to a nicer spot like Weymouth in the future and do a part 2 and really get my speeds up, get my drives going. Yeah, I'm quite excited for that. If you guys are interested in me trying other stuff, I might do a bit of freestyle, give that a go. Let me know in the comments, that could be pretty funny, especially on the flat days we're going to get here in the summer. And yeah, massive thank you for Sarah for letting me try all her nice new Fanatic duotone kit, worked a treat in the end. Thanks for all the support recently, all the subscribers, people liking comments on the video and buying me a coffee. Honestly, it all really helps. Yeah, you supporting me and building the channel will hopefully mean that I can bring in outside support and
make better videos in the future. And yeah, hopefully I'll be out soon here in Cornwall with some wave kit, with something that I'm a little bit more comfortable with.
In the jungle shaman.